In the Lookism universe, Kitae Kim is the dark, jagged reflection of his father, Kim. He doesn't possess the elegant perfection of James Lee or the flawless martial arts mastery of Ui Daniel. His fighting style is raw, unpolished, and intensely sadistic. He fights like a cartel boss wielding an axe, relying on overwhelming physical hardware, terrifying forward pressure, and strikes designed to completely break the opponent's structure. If you want to train to fight and move like the King of Soul in the real world, you have to abandon the idea of looking graceful or scoring points in a ring. You are building a body designed for pure, sustained violence and structural destruction. This is the real-life Kitae Kim power and pressure blueprint. Phase 1. The yoke of the king, posterior dominance. Kitae Kim's physical frame is a tank. He absorbs direct, heavy hits from top-tier fighters without flinching. In real-world biomechanics, this terrifying physical presence and durability come from the yoke, the dense musculature of the neck, traps, upper back, and shoulders. The reality? A massive upper back allows you to manhandle opponents in the clinch, while a thick neck acts as a literal shock absorber for the brain, reducing the rotational force of a punch and making you incredibly difficult to knock out. The hardware protocol. You are not bodybuilding for aesthetics, you are building armor. Zerker squats. Holding the barbell in the crook of your elbows forces your upper back and core to work in overdrive to keep you upright. It perfectly mimics the strength needed to grapple or throw a resisting human. Heavy farmer's walks. Pick up the heaviest dumbbells you can hold and walk until your traps and forearms are on fire. Neck harness curls. Actively train your cervical spine to handle impact. Phase 2. Lethal mechanics. The art of the axe. Kitae doesn't throw clean, snapping jabs. He throws heavy, sweeping, jagged strikes designed to cause maximum structural trauma. The closest real-world equivalent to his style is Lethwei, with the brutal art of Burmese bare-knuckle boxing. The mechanics. Because Lethwei fighters do not wear gloves, they rarely punch the hard bones of the skull, which will shatter the hand. Instead, they use the hardest points of their own bodies, elbows, forearms, and the crown of the head to target the opponent's neck, jawline, and collarbones. The execution. Kitae utilizes wide, looping hooks and downward chopping elbows that mimic his use of an axe. When you work the heavy back, do not snap your punches and pull them back. You want to drop your entire body weight into downward elbow strikes and hammer fists. Swing like you are chopping a tree down. The goal is to cleave completely through the opponent's guard and break the arms they use to block. Phase 3. The vice grip, tendon and bone control. One of Kitae's most chilling combat traits is his ability to grab an opponent's face or catch a limb mid-attack and crush it. This requires freakish, abnormal grip and forearm strength. The concept. In catch wrestling, the philosophy is use pain to create compliance. If your grip is terrifyingly strong, the opponent's brain panics the second you grab their wrist or collar. They stop thinking about their offensive game plan and only think about escaping the pain. The hardware protocol. Standard bicep curls will not build this. You must train cross grip and pinch grip obsessively. Towel pull-ups. Hang 2 thick towels over a pull-up bar. Grip the fabric tightly in each fist and pull yourself up. This perfectly mimics grabbing a heavy leather jacket or collar and dragging the opponent down. Fat grips / axle bar training. Force your hands to open wider while lifting heavy weights. This thickens the tendons in the forearms and turns your hands into meat hooks. Phase 4. Anaerobic lactic tolerance, the unstoppable engine. Kitae does not get tired. He thrives in drawn-out, brutal, bloody exchanges. To replicate this, jogging 3 miles a day on a treadmill won't cut it. You need anaerobic conditioning, the ability to generate explosive, violent power when your muscles are drowning in lactic acid. The reality. In a real altercation, adrenaline spikes your heart rate to 180 plus beats per minute instantly. You will gas out in 30 seconds if you haven't trained your body to clear lactic acid under extreme physical stress. The hardware protocol. You must incorporate heavy sled pushes and assault bike sprints. The pressure at core drill. Push a heavy sled as fast and hard as humanly possible for 20 seconds. Immediately, stop and throw heavy, maximum power combinations on a heavy bag for 20 seconds. Rest for 20 seconds. Repeat this for 6 rounds. This forces your body to execute combat mechanics while completely starved of oxygen. Phase 5. Spatial suffocation. The predators advance. Kitae Kim doesn't take a traditional fighting stance, and he doesn't bounce in and out of a range. He breaks the unwritten rule.